Just a gorgeous day here in San Diego. Carlina got an opportunity to go take a walk along the coast today, and it was just perfect.
Quintessential San Diego day.
Maybe not perfect for any beginner surfers.
That is true.
But perfect view from afar.
It is, especially if you're not a skilled swimmer. As you mentioned, Marcella, surfers are happy, but everyone else, yes, if you're not a skilled swimmer, you are advised to hang back over the next day or so because we still have some pretty high surf out there. We'll get to those details coming up. We also still had some pretty hot temperatures, even though we were a little bit cooler than yesterday, just by a few degrees, and we were still in the 90s for highs today. That was the case for Ramona, the same for Escondido in the low 90s. Also, a return to the low 90s. That was for Valley Center yesterday. The high was 101. Still holding on to triple-digit heat for today. That was the desert. You had the 80s across the mountains and 70s right along the coast. Taking a look at our current temperatures, we have 68 degrees for Carlsbad. You're seeing 70s across the inland valleys. Also 83 degrees currently for Campo, as well as a mixed bag of 60s and 70s across the mountains. You notice that conditions have been dry inland. We've had some relative humidity values that have been down to about 10 to 20%. Still seeing some low values for Alpine, the same for Mount Laguna. Recovery, we are seeing that for Ramona at 50%. Earlier today, it was down into the teens and 20s. And of course, closer towards the coast where you have that marine influence, you're going to stay high with your relative humidity values. That with the clear skies, that's why you're starting to see that marine layer rolling in. That's going to be the case as we go into tonight. Still with the marine layer, the low clouds, patchy fog along the coast as well as the western valleys. That will be on repeat all the way into the weekend. It's going to deepen a little bit more by the weekend, and that's going to bring us some cooler temperatures. We have an area of high pressure that's over northern Baja. That's why we had the clear skies by the afternoon hours. It's feeling pretty good out there. Dry conditions, as mentioned, for inland areas. But also the trade-off with that is when you have the dry conditions, that also leads to elevated fire concerns. So that is going to be the case all the way into start of next week for the inland valleys, all the way to the mountains as well as for the desert. A series of lows will continue to chip away at high pressure, and so that's going to keep bringing in our gradual cool down, getting below seasonal by the weekend. Right along the coast, as we mentioned, we still have the high surf, so long period of south swells all the way until tomorrow. Beach hazard statement remains in place until tomorrow night. So along the North County coastline, you're talking about the sets up to about 8 feet. Southern portions of our county up to 5. Taking a look at our 8-day microclimate forecast, those 70s aren't going anywhere for the coast, but you're going to go back into the low 70s. That's going to be the case at least going into the weekend. Yeah, 80 degrees also. So we are still talking about a warm up that will be in store. That's also the first day of fall. That will be Wednesday of next week. 80s for daytime highs for the inland valleys. 90s look to return for the inland valleys by Wednesday of next week. I'm going to let you know why, and it's not a good thing in the next half hour. Let's go ahead and take a look at our weather quiz question for tonight. Still on my hurricane kick. Where is, okay, fine, I'll read the question. I was just waiting for like a whom or something at the desk.
I'm looking,
well, I was waiting for the question. I thought he had this question.
I thought there was going to be commentary and then
the 2020 hurricane season.
Okay, so yes, talking about last year, how many hurricanes formed in the Eastern Pacific during the 2020?
Eastern Pacific.
Yeah, us.
Seems like an oxymoron a little bit, but I know it's not.
Well, there's the Central Pacific, there's the Eastern Pacific.
Yes.
So for us, the 2020 hurricane season, how many did we have? Hurricanes formed. It was an A4, B3, C10, or D30. It wasn't D. All right, just head to our, there we go. Just head to our website, cbs8.com/weatherquiz to make your guess. You could win a 2-night staycation at the Bahia Resort Hotel, Mission Bay. That includes a $200 resort credit to any of the resort's restaurants. And this prize is sponsored by Corky's Pest Control. You get a new weather quiz question every Monday through Friday during this newscast and our 7 a.m. Good luck.